Hey y'all. I wasn't actually planning on doing an unboxing of this video of these cards because there's been one or two out there already, but I do enjoy torturing my friends who are waiting for this deck, and so my good buddy Silverius was talking about how he can't wait for this, and I said, oh, it's waiting on my desk. So, so I said in his honor, I would do an unboxing. So this is the Open Portals playing cards by James R. Eads, who is the brilliant artist, just a brilliant artist. If you don't follow him on Instagram, I would go there immediately and do so. And he, of course, is the artist behind the beautiful Prisma Visions deck. And then there's I can't remember, there's a black and white version of this that, I love this Lovers card so much. Ethereal Visions, maybe? Anyway, he's a brilliant artist, and this is a brilliant deck. And so when I saw on his Instagram that he was doing this playing card Oracle set, I had to, back it immediately. I was among the earlier backers because I just couldn't wait. And so I couldn't, I've been waiting for these for a while. I don't use this deck much, but I think now that these are out, I'm going to leave this out and play with it a little bit and let it, let them dialogue with each other, because this is one of my favorites. And so that is the Prisma Visions deck, and he's just an insanely talented artist. I mean, his art really blows the mind. This is the second edition. I think there's a third or fourth edition out now, and then of course there's the black and white version of it. I don't know that one well. It's the same art, more or less inspired, they sort of have the same source. I'm really just stalling to make this as slow as possible. Again, just to torture folks, because what else is there really? I'm just kidding. So I backed the deck, and then he, as he was working on it, decided to do two editions, a sort of dark background and a light background. And as that became a thing, I actually added two to get both, so that you could, so that I could have the option, and they weren't super expensive. And the other thing that I did, or that he did, rather, that he allowed us to do, was choose the color gilding. So I got the darker cards with the red gilding and the lighter cards with the gold gilding. And it's interesting, isn't it, that gilding, gilding always makes me, like, the word must come from gold, and yet red gilding, if that were true, wouldn't make sense, right? Because it's not red gilding. Anyway, this is silver gilding, so maybe it's all one word. So here's works of art, artists who make this stuff, like this box, clearly designed by him, clearly, in and out, a great experience. A thank you note, thank you. Without this would not be possible. If you notice anything amiss with your package, please send us an email at the email address and share Open Portals with the world, which I am happy to do. So there's the thank you note, and then it's wrapped in tissue. And then for the backers, he provided a little pin. So this is an Ace of Spades pin. And if I were an ASMR video maker, this would be really delightful, wouldn't it? But I'm not. It's so beautiful. And then there are the decks, which we will look at, and then some, let me move this aside. Yoink. So I believe these are stickers. They are, so 4A stickers, and then a print of the Ace of Diamonds, which is light magic. He's such a talent. So as I said, I got two versions of the deck, and was not, remotely regretful of it. Beautifully packaged. I mean, look. He's so talented, and I love artists who are so thoughtful about this stuff. I mean, I have many decks that did not have great packaging, and who cares? I use them. But, like, there's something just so, like, sexy about, getting packaging this way. So, based on the sticker, I believe this is the light with gold. It says first edition on the cards. There is a game, so it says 3 to 4 players, 30 to 45 minutes, ages 8 and up. And so he designed a game, and he also designed a divination system. So it says Open Portals is a fully illustrated poker-sized playing card deck by James R. Eads that can be used to play any card game. This deck is unique because each card has its own image and story. Within this box are 2 guides that tell the myth of Open Portals and explain how to use it as both an oracle deck and a new, energetic game of strategy and luck. The game is a hybrid between a classic card game and more contemporary Magic card game. In the game of Open Portals, 4 players represent the 4 magics: time, light, nature, and spirit. Players use the power of gods to sway the balance of the game and call upon the mythical Kuzo and Chaos to tip the fates of other players, all while focusing on collecting portals for points. Timing is everything in this game of infinite possibilities. So the box really itself just talks about the game. And of course this is the same. So let us take a look. So here is the packaging, really thoughtfully designed. These I have seen in Kelly. I started watching Kelly's video but stopped because I wanted to have the experience of opening it myself. But the guide books, the little guide packets really that he created. So here's the Oracle version, and then here's the game version. So I'll put those aside. And then of course we have the cards. And I think what I might do is a little side-by-side action. So let's take a look. The boxes are the same. There's a little pull tab, but I can't find the start of it. And I'm very impatient. Yeah, take that. So oh, so beautiful. Oh my god. Boxes. Like gold inside the boxes. Come on. How pretty is that? Alright. Let's see if I can get this one to behave. These recalcitrant packagings. Nope. Just gonna have to get rough with it. What? I spent all day yesterday on a train coming back from Virginia, so I'm a little slap happy today. Same box, different colors. So on the inside, you probably can't see this. Oh, maybe you can. This is sort of a dark blue, and this is a black. It's really nice gilding too. It's not really a traditional gold. It's like a rose gold. So they're not in the same order, which is... Oh, no, they are. All right. So let's just look really quickly. Again, this beautiful red in the backs. Breathtaking. Such a talent. All right. Let us zoom in. There we go. Just sort of... So there are jokers. It's basically a standard playing card deck, but they have assignments to each that are specific to this game and this oracle. So this is the first joker. It's the myth of the fractal tree. And then this is the second joker, the myth of the great mother. Whoops. Here's the ace of spades. This is 2 of spades. This is portal for the, I can't read that. Portal for the desert. So you can see that actually, even though they're both, oops. Sorry. Their gilding does make things stick a little bit, so that happens. So portal for the desert. Here's the 3. This is portal for the forest. Oh my god, look how pretty that is. This is 4 of spades, portal for the mountain. Portal for the wind. Portal for the tide. Portal for the animal. It looks like a tiger's eye. Portal for the lilies. Portal for the wintering, I think is what that says. Yep, withering. Much like my soul. This is portal for the living. Really, I mean, the movement in his art is so beautiful. He's just really talented. The art appears to be more or less the same, but as you can see, the way that it lives on the card based on the surrounding color is really different. So this is the god of life and death. The cardstock is plain cardstock, so you know exactly what to expect with that. This is the god of waters. And then the king of, or the god of worlds. So that's the suit of spades. And then we get into the suit of diamonds. Here's the ace, which is the print that we had earlier. This is the portal for the darkness. Portal for the, portal for Polaris. I should be looking at the lighter ones, a little bit easier to read from this distance. This is portal for prisms. Portal for the sunset. You know, he's used a very limited palette of colors, but because of that, they really breathe. I mean, you know, it's just like he's so profoundly talented. This is portal for the stars. Is that what that says? Portal for the spark. Portal for the small sun. Yes. Portal for the red moon. Portal for the light giver. And then we get the Jack of Diamonds, which is god of fires. The Queen of Diamonds is god of stars. Is that right? Yep. The King is god of light. And then we get into the suit of, what are these called? Clubs. Oh, God. This is the god of time. So it goes to the king here. So the order may be a little different. This is the queen. This is the god of knowledge. This is the jack. It's the god of synchronicity. Here we have the 10. It's portal for the time traveler. 9 is portal for the universe. Oh no, portal for the unraveling. Sorry. I'm very far away from these cards right now, and my eyes are getting old. The leader of the band is... Oh, terrible. All right, this is the 8, and it is the portal for the philosopher. Here's the 7, portal for the beginning. This is the 6, it's portal for patterns. The 5 is portal for the child. Really beautiful stuff. The 4 is portal for past lives. The 3 is portal for the time loop. The 2 is portal for the forgotten. Whoa. Where's my phone? Oh. The magic is the ace. And then the king is the king of God. King of gods, no. God of... God, I need to get my eyes checked. The god of souls, sorry. This is the queen of hearts, and this is the god of love. That makes sense. Here we have the god of dreams. Here we have portal for the healer. This is portal for the dream world. I'm making quite a mess here. I'm really loving that red, shiny goodness. Let's just tidy up. Actually, no, I really like the gold too. I don't know which deck of these versions I like better. I like them both. I like that the gilding on this one is kind of a rose gold, which is really unusual. Both of these are really unusual. This is portal for the mother. This is portal for the new lovers. Portal for the soulmate. I can't quite read this. This is portal for the changing heart. This is portal for the family, or for family, no article there. Portal for the heartbroken. Portal for the inner being. Spirit magic. And then there were two more jokers, which were referenced on the back. The myth of Chaos. I'm not sure how to say that. It's K-A-A-O-S. I'm sure someone will correct me. And then the myth of Kuzo. So those are the cards, and they are really, really beautiful. So let's just get a sense of the oracle part of this, because that's really sort of why I got it, although I'm intrigued by the game as well. But let's see. I love this. This is like, I've seen maps like this. Let's zoom out just a skosh. That's not really a skosh, but we'll zoom out. And so, an introduction. There are portals everywhere. They open and close every day and are as normal as the sun setting or the water rising. These portals take us across our universe and carry us through our lives. Some portals open when you are born and stay open your whole life. Others might open every once, and some you may never know. We experience some of these portals every day. Portals of the light as it spills through the trees. Portals of time as memories take us back. Portals of nature like the power of the river washing over the body. And portals of the spirit like the act of falling in love. But there are many portals that are often hidden and easily overlooked. Within this deck are 36 portals I have found, with 12 different gods to summon, and 4 types of magic that offer reminders on the greatness of life. Perhaps these cards will open new worlds for you as they have for me. With love, James R. Eads. And so there's a sort of how to use. Similar to a tarot deck, open portals can be used as an oracle deck for meditation and reflection. Within this manual, you will find the meanings behind all 56 cards in this deck. This is a deck about duality. There is an upside and downside to everything. You can choose to read the upside for the cards that are face up and the downside for the cards that are upside down. But some cards, like the face cards, do not have a right side up. You will have to use your intuition to guide you. Open portals can be used in any of the classic tarot spreads, but within this manual are 4 suggested spreads using the energy of 4 myths. The myth cards tell the story of open portals, and each has its own associated spread to offer enlightenment or interpretation of a particular situation. Lost my place. All of the cards are themed based on their suit and number. For example, all 2 portal cards are controlled by fear, whereas 5 portal cards represent change. The gods, magics, and myth each represents something unique. You will find the dominant trait of each card in the top corners of the card. And then there's a website to go to. And then, so he has 1 spread on the front. I want to see if there's a small one that is possible to do. So there's cards based on each of the jokers, essentially, but one of them is the Myth of the Great Mother. These are large spreads. So I may just, for example, just to sort of sample the cards in their, just without, I obviously have kind of a mess in front of me, as is usually the case. So let me, I just want to look and see if the jokers have meanings too, or if they... No, they don't. So I'm going to take them out for the time being. Which one should I use? I think this one may be a little easier to see with the lighting I've got. So let me just take out the jokers for the moment, and we shall shuffle. So I'll just do, why don't I do my my normal, like I do this on Instagram, receive and release, right? So what should we accept or look for this week, and what should we let go of or put out into the world this week? So let's see, because it's Sunday, so it's a good day to do that. I love the combination of this red and the blue. It's like, oh my God, super cool. All right, so receive and release for this week. These shuffle really nicely because they are playing cards. I find that playing card stock actually works better with cards that are playing card size. When they're too large, I find them kind of unwieldy. They're so satiny that, you know, like with the Pagan Otherworlds, it's hard for me because there's like a satiny quality to them. Which, I mean, I don't mind, but it's just hard for me to shuffle. All right, so receive and release. I do 3 cards, so we'll see how this works. And you do have to use the guidebook. Really, it like the titles of the cards aren't sort of like super intuitive, at least not to me right out of the gate. All right, let's see. Receive and release. Yoink. So we've got this is receive, the God of Knowledge. This is the portal for dreamer. Nope, portal for rainbows. And then this is the portal for Polaris. And so release is the Ace of Spades, which is natural magic. The 4 of clubs, which is portal for past lives. And the 6 of spades, which is portal for the tide. All right, so I shall reference Mr. Eads' notes here. And let's see, we start with, so I don't know, because I literally have just looked at this, as you can see, I don't know, you know, how well these will blend with each other, but let's see, the first one is the Queen of Spades. So we're talking about what do we accept this week? What do we look for? What do we receive? So the Queen of Spades is the God of Knowledge, and what it says here, the God of Knowledge is the master of memory and understanding. She has compassion in all things as they exist through time. The downside, with understanding comes pain. She symbolizes the crippling power of the mind and the dark corners we want to wish away. The upside, she represents a character who has an urge to seek knowledge and finds themselves in the great eternal quest for understanding. The God of Knowledge knows that forgiveness comes with time. So there is here sort of a craving for understanding, and so that sort of sets a good theme. And then the next 2 cards may tell us what we're looking for. So the next one is the 6 of Diamonds, which is the portal for rainbows, is symbolic of the beauty of light and water coming together. To open this portal, you might need rain, and sometimes the right mix just isn't there. You can keep calling upon the God of water to make it rain, but the God of light isn't on your side. You'll be stuck in the downpour. The upside, if you can get this portal open, it'll spill beauty and color. Admire it. It smells of synesthesia and sheds light on interconnected mysteries once thought impossible. And then the 3 of diamonds is next, and that's the portal for Polaris, is meant to guide you like the map of the stars within your very being. The downside, the portal for Polaris will only open when you really need guidance. It will only lead you in one direction, and it might not be where you need to go. The upside, the guidance you learn from this portal can be applied to many aspects of your life. Hold on to the power of this portal and keep it within you to call upon when you are feeling lost. There's something to learn within. You have a compass and light to guide you. So it seems to me like if I were to just put this together super quickly, I think about that as in a way like having a sense of direction to guide you on the map. So it's like your goal for the week is to receive knowledge, is to learn even when that's not easy, and the rain is what brings rainbows, as it were, but in the struggle is the direction, is the map that takes you to the next place. So it's about receiving the knowledge that comes with struggle, and knowing that helps get you to, or helps provide the path for you for the next phase. And so then we go to release. So this is what we should accept this week. Here's what we release. So we have the Ace of Spades, which is on the other side. And that is the natural magic. Pulls through everything alive. It's found in the mountains and deserts, in the rivers and lakes. It's in the wind that rustles the trees, in the breath of all living things. The downside, natural magic can be unforgiving and cruel in its nature. It is wild and domineering. The upside, when used for good, natural magic can create worlds and change the weather for silver linings. If you have pulled this card, your connection with natural magic is strong. As you walk through the world with mindfulness, you will fit in with goodness and hope. So that's like a good tone setting thing. 4 is the the next one is the 4 of clubs, which is on the back here, or not on the back, but on the other side. 4 of clubs. Portal for past lives is a mirror to bring your past lives present. The downside, this can be okay, I see it now. There's a hyphen. This can be a nauseating potential if you are unprepared for what can lie within. We all have lived lives we are not so proud of, but we have lived them to gain wholeness of self and to relieve karmic debt. The upside, you are so much greater than yourself, understanding that you are expanding towards something. You have been so many things already. This is a portal that leads to a never-ending journey filled with fulfillment, love, challenge, and inspiration. And then our final card is the 6 of Spades. Portal for the tide, calls upon the water and the moon to guide its opening. The downside, if you have opened this portal, it means you must pay attention to how you are aligned with yourself. Things come and go. If you are stubborn and try to force the tide to swell, it might wash you away with it. The upside, if you live in the flow of things, you will find they tend to work themselves out. Let nature steer you when this portal opens. This portal is a lesson on the give and take. So this seems to be a really interesting thing, because this is what we're releasing or letting go of or putting out into the world. And it seems like the thing that I would say if this were a reading for me or for someone else is, natural magic is a great thing to start with. You have the natural ability, the innate ability to help people see who they once were, and flow, go with the flow of the tide of changing, evolving from what we were to what we will be, which is in a weird sense very similar to this. So, this is really rough. I'm just sort of doing this off the cuff, but the natural magic lies within for us to help other people see what they are, what they were, and then to help sort of flow into what they will become. So there's definitely a spiritual, sort of a psychological or magical quality to these card meanings. It's not, it's not like Sibylla, for example, which is super daily. This has a much more kind of spiritual or psychological or metaphysical quality, which is really interesting because I don't think I have anything quite like this. So that's the deck, or the decks in this case. Both really beautiful. I don't think you can go wrong with whatever one you get. I liked the setup of this. Honestly, I wish it were a little bit easier to navigate at, just to reference, but there's a website, so maybe there'll be like a printout or something that is a little bit easier to use. But this is great. So congratulations and thanks to James R. Eads for putting this out to the world. I hope this was lovely, and I hope you're having a good week. Be good.